Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today in front of me I've got a nondescript plastic bag that is a choking hazard. Oh, that must mean it's time for another Shadows of Brimstone unbagging, because there's no box. This is a preview. These are the Shikarri Nomad Crusaders, and yes, I had to double check the paper to see what they're called, because I had no idea. But I'll show you all the other goodies that came with them in a second. Ooh, look at my amazing upper body strength in my index finger. So, inside your preview baggie, if you were getting preview models, you get 3 sprues. Each sprue has 2 models. And sadly, it looks like they're going to be quite limited. You're going to have one guy with a gun. Well, they both got guns. Okay, one guy with a pistol, one guy with a rifle. But on the plus side, you have a couple of different head options. So there are 2 helmets if you want them both helmeted. And there are 2 unhelmeted heads as well. So there is a little bit of variety, I guess, which is kind of nice. But, you know, they're obviously, while being plastic models, they're still primarily board gaming pieces rather than wargaming stuff where you're going to have, 35 different possible combinations. But I'll take what we can get, right? Casting quality looks pretty good. I'm definitely liking that. It's very clear. And the details look like they're going to be able to come through okay. I mean, the heads are a little bit soft, but they're absolutely better than what the original starting plastics were. And the helmets look detailed enough that you can, give them a good wash and that'll carry through. I've never had an issue with the overall sculpting of a flying frog model for I can't get the word out of my mouth. Shadows of Brimstone. That's what I want to say. I don't know what I was going to say. But yeah, definitely a big step up. And I think the more they put this stuff out, the better it's going to continue to be. So I'm going to get these guys clipped up and they're going to get painted hopefully soon. If you are curious, because I'm sure some of you out there are, just like every other preview that, or figure for that matter, that Flying Frog puts out for Shadows of Brimstone, you get a whole pile of goodies. Can I get it out of the bag? Maybe. Okay. So you got your enemy sheet, explaining everything about them, explaining their new Snapfire, their threat cards, Snapfire markers, their seek and destroy abilities, what they do if you are carrying Darkstone, what they do if you are not tainted by Darkstone. So it is kind of an interesting thing. And they look obviously ragtag. These guys are from the Blasted Wastes originally, and you have the brutal version on the back, which is always fun. Your Snapfire tokens, because what is a Shadows of Brimstone model without a million extra things and a big, and I mean big stack of cards here. So obviously we have all of our encounter cards. Alright, what are these? Otherworld threats, okay. Do we have them for just about every otherworld? I can't talk today. Okay, and then you got a little helpful reminder. So yeah, these are all Otherworld for just about every single Otherworld encounter cards, along with the usual threat deck cards as well. So, nice pile of stuff. It is very versatile. If you're going to play Shadows of Brimstone, you do want to have all these cards available, especially the Otherworld, so you can have this stuff show up in just about every single location. I'm curious though if there is a way. Oh yeah, Forest of the Dead. That's why I was curious if they had the ability to end up in any of the Forbidden Fortress stuff. So the fact that we have Belly of the Beast and Forest of the Dead is definitely a good sign that you can have them showing up in the Japanese specific locations as well as the base games for the original 2 starter sets. City, what is it? City of the Dead? No, something like that. City of the Ancients and the Swamps of Death. Alright, I'm going to shut up and let's get this stuff put together, yeah? So we've got a couple of our Shikarri Nomads here all built up and done. Obviously, I'm going to include as many helmeted versions as I can. So I went ahead and built most of them with the helmets, but I did decide to include 2 unhelmeted versions, just, for leader model types. I was thinking about possibly converting some of their guns, but just the way the plastic is and the way their hands are in the way, I think that's going to be a bit of a difficult challenge. So for the time being, they're going to keep their guns, and I thought I'd grab a couple other Brimstone models I've got laying around just to give you guys an idea of how big these dudes are. So here's my Promo Samurai model. He's a little bit different. He's in resin also. You're getting a random Tradarin with a very ugly base, as I've been trying to rebase a bunch of my older models. Let's see. What do they call him? I don't remember. This guy's so bright looking on camera. He's not that bad in real life, but... And one of the gang. And the few Hungry Dead models I have left, I don't own Swamps of Death, so... I did paint all the red models, though. Again, with just a couple other models, the Werewolf Boss, the Red Ronin, a random Vampire. So you can see they fit right in, and honestly, I mean, with these dudes, heck, why not? Well, that might be problematic. Maybe if you had like a Primaris model, that might be more close to these guys' scale. Do I have a Primaris model handy? It doesn't look like it. Huh. Well, that's a shame. Of course, you could go for some other wasteland type guys hanging around in post-apocalyptic settings with a Brotherhood. Was it Brotherhood of Steel? Yeah. But he's a bit smaller, so I don't know how good a fit they would be. Overall, pretty simple kit, but I do like the fact that they've included every other world that you can come across so far in Shadows of Brimstone. You know, obviously with none of the future ones, they can't future-proof it too much, but a cool little set. And this was a preview version, and that means not a whole lot. It just means they weren't in any kind of fancy packaging. They came in a big white box with a bunch of other Shadows of Brimstone models I got in the mail. So keep an eye on their website. A lot of times they do run promos on these special preview editions for around any big holiday or event. But they also will have them coming to retail in the future. So if you're interested, either take a look at their website whenever there's a big important event happening, or keep an eye out for retail in the near future. With that said, this is High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, and I'd like to say thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.